And we are live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. We've got a Western Conference battle between the Minnesota Wild and Calgary Flames coming your way. These teams are not in the same division, but they are separated by just 1 point this season. Minnesota currently at 28, Calgary at 27, and both of these teams are going to be looking for a big win here tonight. So welcome in, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's awesome to have you all in the chat as we get ready for the game. And I'm going to get the poll up so everyone can start getting their votes in on who they think is going to take this one. We have the Wild on the road, the Flames on home ice. Big game for both of these teams who certainly could use the win. So poll should be up in the chat, and we should be good with that. And you guys getting your votes in now. Want to say hello to everyone who's come by. We've got Roblox Gamer, DGN, Trevor, Yo Sussy, Pablo. Let's see. Underwater, Liam, Connor, Brendan, MC Lego, Gavin, Sasha, Malika, Aurelia. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Really appreciate you guys all being here. Joey, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's awesome to have you as we get ready for this game here tonight. Going to be dropping the puck in hopefully the next 7 or 8 minutes, and very excited to see how this one goes. Hey, congratulations, Connor. I hope you have a really fun time. That is awesome, and I hope it's an awesome time for you, man. Dan, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Great to see you in the chat, as always, as we get ready to go in this one. Talk about both of these teams. Calgary right now, very slow start to the season outside of a playoff position. They have won 2 games in a row, but they're just 5-4-1 in their last 10. They've been hovering right around 500 for most of this year. This would be a big win for them. For Minnesota, they're third place team in the Central right now in a playoff spot, but they do have Colorado just 1 point behind, who also plays tonight. Wild have been playing pretty well, though. 6-3-1 in their last 10, and they've won 4 straight games. So Minnesota is starting to play like they did last year a little bit more, and obviously they want to continue that here tonight with a big road game against the Flames. Other games going on right now. The Washington Capitals and Philadelphia Flyers are 1-0 Flyers, about ready to start the second period there. And Buffalo is absolutely destroying the Columbus Blue Jackets, 5-0, and it's only the first period. Obviously, we got to see Columbus last night lose to Pittsburgh, and things are going even worse for the Blue Jackets tonight. So, man, that's a team that looks like they're in a lot of trouble right now. Red Rubber, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you, Hockey Legend. Appreciate that. Isaac, welcome in. Aries, good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. Marcus, welcome in. Thanks for watching. Good to have you here as we get ready to drop the puck on this one. Obviously, both of these teams really could use the win with their current situations. Minnesota a little bit better than Calgary so far this year, but still in a big-time fight with well, if we look at the standings, it's multiple teams. Colorado is right behind them at 27 points, but Nashville is also within reach at 26 points. And St. Louis, with their win last night, isn't all that far back either at 24 points. So Minnesota's third place position here is far from safe, and they need every win that they can get. Lucky for them, they've been playing pretty well recently. And the Flames, they just have not gotten it going yet this year for any consistent stretch of time. And obviously, they would love to build on their winning their last 2 games and make that a little bit more of a streak at 3 in a row if they can get that done tonight. So big game here for, especially, you know, for a non-divisional game. This one still has a very important 2 points on the line. Jake, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Well, Sabres are destroying Columbus. We're getting a good look here at how bad Columbus is. Buffalo is still 5 points back of sixth place in the Atlantic. They're a 2 point they're 2 points ahead of Ottawa for last place, which looks like they're going to add to that tonight, assuming they don't blow a 5-0 lead. But anyway, yeah, but Buffalo's getting the job done tonight. There's no doubt about that. But if they're going to move anywhere in the standings, they've still got a ways to go. Jake, appreciate you being here. Matthew, welcome in. Thank you for coming by. All right, sounds good. Leafs, thank you for coming by. Good to see you in the chat. JF plays, what's going on? Asher, welcome in. Let's see. Yeah, Nathan McKinnon is expected to miss 4 weeks for Colorado, out with an upper body injury. That's another major injury that the Avalanche have to deal with. They are decimated right now. Tough to say, Sheer. I would lean slightly over, but all it takes is a good goaltending performance to ruin that. But personally, I would lean over, but I haven't been betting, so what do I know? But I don't know. Both of these teams give up a decent amount of goals so far this year, so that I don't know. That makes me worried about this staying low scoring, because both of these teams are giving up over 3 goals a game. Yes, Columbus is getting literally blown out of the building right now by the Buffalo Sabres. I don't know how it's been a while, I think, since I've seen a team down 5-0 in the first period. There have been plenty of teams down 5-0, but in the first period, that is just that is brutal. That's absolutely brutal. Victoria, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. I don't think they're going to be the best team, not in the regular season at least, Aries. I don't expect them to be the first place team this year, but I still think they'll be a playoff team. And obviously, once everything resets for the postseason, it won't matter what your regular season record is. But I do not see Colorado being the best team record-wise this year, not with the amount of injuries that they're dealing with. Zach, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Tage Thompson, what a season he's having. I guess we don't have to worry about that contract that he just signed. Everyone was so iffy on that contract because it was really based off of one good season for him, but he's been even better this year. So looks like that was the right move for the Sabres to get him locked up long term. Yeah, that was an incredible game, Leafs. No doubt about it. That was one of the most fun and intense games for me that I've watched this year. So I very much enjoyed that one. I think the overall best team is going to come from the East. I do think Vegas has a good shot of ending up 1 overall in the West. But I think the best overall team in the league, I think, is going to come from the Eastern Conference. Hey, Itarowski, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Good to have you. Great to see you in the chat as always. Looks like we're going to have one last commercial break here. And then once we get back, we're going to be dropping the puck. I mean, the way that the Devils are playing right now, it certainly looks like it, Gavin. New Jersey does have a tough schedule coming up, but Carolina is 9 points behind them in second place. So the Devils have built up a very good cushion with that division lead, but there's still so many games left. I mean, we're looking at, another 50-plus games for the Devils. That's a lot of hockey left to be played. There's plenty of time for things to really move around as far as who's in what place in each division here. The Devils are certainly a playoff team. I mean, at 21 wins already, 26 games in, I mean, it would take a monumental collapse for them to somehow drop out of a playoff spot. They're certainly going to be in the playoffs, but the division is definitely not locked up yet. There's still a long, long way to go, and I think Pittsburgh has been playing really well recently. They could catch New Jersey still. I think Carolina, who really hasn't looked like Carolina yet this season, still is at 34 points, and if they ever get back to being the dominant Hurricanes that we saw at points last year, they could still end up moving up and taking that. So nobody has the division locked up yet. But there are some teams that have put themselves in very good positions early, and there are certainly some teams that I can pretty much guarantee you will be making the playoffs. Let's see. The Leafs have played 27 games. So if you there's 82 games in the season, and if you subtract the 27 that they've already played, that is 55 games remaining for the Leafs. So Toronto has 55 games left on the year. I don't think mad would begin to describe it, Aries. That's not a strong enough word to even begin to describe it. Bruce, what's going on? Welcome. I mean, the Rangers still, you still can't count them out, despite how disappointing they've been so far this season. They're still only a few points out of a playoff spot. I mean, all they have to do is literally make up 3 points, and they're back into a playoff spot. So you can't count out the Rangers yet. Obviously, it hasn't been the kind of year that they were hoping for. But with another team, they have 55 games left this season. If let's say the Rangers were to rip off an 8 out of 10 streak coming up, all of a sudden they'd be right back into a playoff position. So I think it's too early to count out the Rangers despite how much they've struggled so far. Mikey, what's going on? Unknown, welcome in. Mary, welcome in. Dominic, thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. Wow, 6-0 Sabres. That is just an absolute beatdown going on in Columbus right now. Addie, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you guys all for being here. Good to have you in the chat. Really appreciate it. We are doing the national anthems now, and then we'll be getting underway for this one. And the puck will be getting dropped between the Wild and the Flames. Calgary right now in a battle with Colorado for the last wild card spot in the West. Colorado currently holds the spot with 27 points and 2 games in hand over the Flames. If the Flames win tonight and Colorado loses, Calgary would move into that last wild card spot out west. And actually, Colorado would drop out of a playoff position, but the Avalanche do have games in hand on many of the teams around them in the standings. So with those extra games, they could certainly make that up. But still, pretty important game here and a big 2 points on the line. All right, we are getting ready to drop the puck here. We got Marc-Andre Fleury in goal for the Minnesota Wild. And we've got Dan Vladar manning the pipes but for the Calgary Flames down at the other end. Nomander, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. We are about to drop the puck on this one, as Vladar's put up some pretty good numbers for the Flames this year. He's definitely outperformed Jacob Markstrom to this point in the season, and he has a .927 save percentage over his last 3 starts. He's playing good hockey right now. Down at the other end, Marc-Andre Fleury has not been a spectacular year for him. Save percentage is still under 900. But Minnesota is able to score some goals, so they've helped him out with some good scoring, and they've been able to win some higher scoring games. We'll see how this one goes as the puck is dropped. It's won back by the Wild, and we are underway as Marcus Foligno plays that deep. Goligoski with it. Up the boards for Greenway, back behind the net. Over now, taken. Dumba passes it to Eriksson Ek, and the Wild are up ice into the offensive zone. Driving, looking for a chance in front. That one doesn't get through. Puck is loose behind the net, taken here by Greenway. He fires a shot that's blocked, and that's going to go up into the netting. 25 seconds in, we get a whistle, and an ozone draw for Minnesota on the way. Right now, Nomander, the better player at this point is Marcus, but I think Nick had the higher highs in his career. Like, when Nick was in his prime, he was better than Marcus in his prime. But obviously Nick has gotten a lot older now, so he's well past his prime at this point and is just a depth player. And Marcus Foligno is the better player right now, but the better player overall, if they both were in their primes, was Nick. Moved around now to the side. Taken here. Calgary cycling, looking to keep it in the offensive zone. Minnesota trying to clear. What's going on, Vernon? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Back to get it is Tanev. Plays it D to Uyghur. Uyghur has it slide under his stick. Zuccarello able to keep it in. Playing it around now. Moved back out high. Played here by Dumba. Wild in the offensive zone. Shot attempt directed just wide off the outside of the goal. Played back to Zuccarello. Wild with another long shot through traffic, and that one goes, and we got our first goal of the game. 1:27 in. A blast from the point, and the Wild strike first. May have been deflected in front. Looks like it went off of Kaprizov's stick in front. That's going to be a redirection goal for Kirill Kaprizov, and it's 1-0 Wild. Wow, big shot there from the point by Dumba. And it's redirected by Kirill Kaprizov in front. He gets the goal. And 1:27 in, it is a 1-0 lead now for the Wild as they are up first. Randy, what's going on? Welcome. Luca, welcome in. Thank you for being here. We're back underway as the Flames look to answer in the offensive zone. Puck taken back, though, by Spurgeon. Played up through the neutral zone into the offensive end. Dumped deep there by the Wild as they send it around. Move to the middle, trying to find Goodrow. Stolen away by the Flames, and they'll clear it out. Huberdeau's pass across ice into the offensive zone. Toffoli takes the hit to get it deep. Huberdeau will go in on the forecheck. And that one bounces right up into the crease area where Marc-Andre Fleury has to play a little bit of baseball there and grab that one out of the air. It will be an ozone draw for the Flames now on the way. Hey, BC Transportation, welcome in. Wrist Rider, welcome. Thank you for being here. Good to see everybody in the chat tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming by. We are off to a quick start. He is retired, Dan. Taken back now off the draw. Zadorov trying to get it by Reeves. Down deep into the offensive zone. Merrill behind the goal line. Played, though, by the Flames as they work it around. Round to the far side. Up the boards. Good hit there by Shaw. And Minnesota's going to be able to carry this up 2-on-1 into the offensive zone. Odd man rush for the Wild, and they score! I believe that's going to be Mason Shaw's goal. The Wild strike again. It's 2-0 on a couple of quick goals. Not even a full 2.5 minutes into this game, and Mason Shaw on the 2-on-1 is able to deposit this one. And Minnesota with a very fast start. Odd man rush there for the Wild, and they have 2 goals on 2 shots. And Minnesota trying to extend their winning streak to 5, off to a very good start here. Shaw's 4th goal of the season. And boy, Calgary better wake up here, or this game's going to get one-sided quick. We got a lot of pushing and shoving going on now. It's Shaw getting into it with one of the Flames here. Couldn't see who that was. Oh, it's Mangiapane right at the face-off. And it's dumped all the way down behind the net. Vladar plays it up the boards. Reeves comes in on the forecheck. Addison pinches as well to keep it in the offensive zone, but finally the Flames are able to throw it out to neutral ice. Dewar will take it. Connor Dewar, long pass offline, dumps it in. Vladar plays it away from Reeves. Here's Rasmus Andersson. Up the boards it goes. Kadri will clear it out of the zone. Flames trying to get up ice. They cannot. Wilder right back in on the attack. Here's Minnesota. Greenway with a shot. And that one's going to get blocked to the side. Reeves gets taken down. Wraparound chance for the Wild. And Vladar's able to make the save. Up to 5 shots now for Minnesota, as Calgary ices the puck, and we'll get a whistle. 16:49 to go in the first. We're just over 3 minutes in, and it is already a 2-0 lead for the Wild here, as they have come ready to play on the road in this one. Andrew, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. Cold Hand, what's going on? Thanks for watching. As the Wild win this draw in the offensive zone. Long shot from the point, misses wide. Played now by Zadorov, but he turns the puck over to Joel Eriksson-Ek. Eriksson-Ek trying to cycle it down low now. Gets it through to Greenway. Greenway looking out high. Takes it to the middle of the ice. Trying to muscle around Anderson. Anderson does a good job keeping him to the outside. Eventually the Flames steal the puck. Here's Zadorov. And that one's dumped all the way back in behind Fleury. Played now to the corner. Dumba off glass, out. And Minnesota can get a line change while the Flames regroup. Ace, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Great to see you. As Kaprizov, one of the goal scorers, into the offensive zone, passes that one off for Steele. Not able to get it on goal. Puck was poked away before he could shoot it. Now look for a play in front. There's a shot from Zuccarello. Another chance there, and Vladar's able to keep it out. Gordon, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Great to see you in the chat. It's played across now. Up and out to the neutral zone. Steele into the offensive end. Moved out high. Shot attempt goes off glass. And that's deflected up and out of play. We'll get a whistle. And a stoppage here with 15:32 to go in the opening period. And the fast start for Minnesota continues, as they have had a large majority of the puck possession here and are getting pretty much all of the scoring chances. Another attacking zone draw for the Wild, but the Flames win it back defensively. Here's Noah Hannafin up to Huberdeau, who doesn't get it out of the zone. Another mistake there for Calgary. Second chance, Hannafin can't clear. Finally, Anderson regroups again, and the Flames get it up. Wilson, what's going on? Welcome in. Yes, absolutely brutal game going on right now for the Columbus Blue Jackets, as Calgary ices the puck again on a missed pass. And it will be another offensive zone face-off for Minnesota. Boy, the Wild have come ready to go in this one. Trying to work it back now. Again, Calgary wins the draw. They'll clear this one up and out to the neutral zone. Flames need to try and get some momentum back in their favor. Toffoli digging for it in front of the bench. Finally, it's kicked loose to Lindholm, but Minnie takes it back, and Spurgeon will go D to D with it. Trying to play it around now. Up. And here's Hanifin. He's stolen away by Matt Boldy. Boldy will drive the net now, looking for a spin around. Vladar gets knocked down by his own man, with a pass gets stolen by Dubé off the boards, and it's back the other way for Calgary into the offensive zone. Dubé against Addison. Plays it to the point, now to the near side. Zadorov, move to the middle. There's a shot from Kadri that deflects wide. Off glass now. Kept Kadri with it. High slot with a shot that's blocked by John Merrill, and that will go up into the netting. We'll get a whistle. 14:22 to go in the period, and an offensive zone draw for the Flames on the way. Calgary still does not have an official shot on goal yet in this game. Taking it now. Ozone draw for the Flames. They win it back. Trying to get something through on Fleury, but it's cleared out by Minnesota, and they'll chase all the way down. Reeves first on it. Vladar's got to come out and play it up the boards. Good pinch there for the Wild. Keep it in the attacking zone for now, and Trevor Lewis has to go back and try again. Finally to neutral ice. Both teams digging for it in front of the Wild bench. Finally, Calgary's up into the offensive zone. Dumped in deep. Chasing hard after it. Minnesota moves the puck quickly, though. Reeves takes a hit. But Minnie comes away with the puck, and they're going to carry it out through the neutral zone and dump it back in. Head off for a line change. Vladar leaves it for Zadorov behind the net. Moving it now across ice, and can't get it into the offensive zone. Back the other way. Here's Greenway with a drop pass. Nobody there, though, and Flames are able to clear. Minnie will just dump it back in around the boards. Foligno going heavy on the forecheck against Uyghur. Uyghur behind the net, gets it through to Tanev. Tanev up the boards. Ruzik is able to get it out. Chasing all the way now into the offensive zone. Stolen back by Calgary, looking for a play in front. Out high, long shot there, saved by Fleury. Rebound chance. Fleury with another huge stop. Two big saves there by Marc-Andre Fleury, keeping Calgary off the board. Ruzicka takes it down low. He's got Backlund with him. Backlund in the corner. Trying to move that one to the middle. Played around the boards. Minnesota gets it to the blue line, but not out. Rasmus Andersson keeps it in. Played up now and lifted out by the Wild. Kaprizov will chase into the Flames end. Hey, Spencer, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for watching. Awesome to have you here. Appreciate it. Played around there. Spurgeon below the goal line. Playing it now. Huberdeau gets hit. Turns it over to Zuccarello. Wild play it back deep. Here's Steele going for it in the corner. Cycles down low, but stolen by Uyghur, who starts the breakout up the middle. And with 12:05 to go in the first, Minnesota's going to dump it back in from the neutral zone. Chad, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. Good to have you here. Appreciate it. We tick under 12 minutes to go now in period number 1. Minnesota with 2 quick goals gets out to the 2-0 lead, and that's where we stand. Patan sends that one in. Calgary able to clear, but Addison will take possession back for the Wild as they'll regroup and get back up ice if they can. Trying to play this one now. Glove down by Kadri at the red line, and he'll carry into the offensive zone. Merrill, Mangiapane all over him down low. Gaudreau gets in there. Paton's in there along with Kadri. Forecheck coming for Calgary. Trying to keep it in the attacking end, but Matt Boldy tried to get it out of the zone. Now he does, as it's up now to Gaudreau into the offensive end across there. A shot! And Boldy fans on that one, not able to get a clean one off. Taken back by the Flames as they'll carry up ice. Looking to work this one through. Dumped wide of Fleury, and Trevor Lewis will go in heavy on the forecheck. Mason Shaw's able to carry it out, though. He's got speed up into the offensive zone. Drops one off there for a shot from Dewar. Down in the corner, Reeves steals it back for the Wild. Anderson tries the far side boards. That's chipped out of the zone. And all the way back to get it now is Shaw. Wild take the puck. 10:30 to go here in the first period. Poley, what's going on? Robert, welcome in. Thank you guys for coming by. Appreciate it. Ruzicka takes it now. Flames trying to get out of their zone, but it's kept in by Minnesota. Good play along the wall. Flames can't clear that one. Spurgeon with a long shot from the point that gets blocked. It's taken now by Backlund through to Ruzicka into the offensive zone. Calgary's going to be offside, so they've got to tag up. That allows Minnesota to take the puck. Spurgeon dumps it into the offensive end. High over Vladar behind the goal line. Minnesota looking for a pass in front. Foligno just couldn't get a stick on it to get it on goal. Brought up now back the other way by Calgary. Here's Huberdeau with a long shot. That gets gloved by Fleury. And we get a whistle and a cover with 9:29 remaining in the first period. Minnesota up 2-0 on the early couple of goals. That's where we stand. Nothing's happened since on the scoreboard. And just under half a period to go here in the first. And the Minnesota Wild continue to hold the lead. So welcome in, everybody. Appreciate you guys all being here. Drive for Daily. What's going on? Selecta, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate everyone coming by tonight. It's great to see you in the chat for this Western Conference battle. Please don't forget, it really means a lot if you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't. I cover the entire NHL. So fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. Just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Minnesota has certainly come ready to play in this one. They dominated the first 5 minutes of this game. But Calgary certainly has woken up a little bit and gotten some chances of their own over the last few minutes. And I think the playing field is starting to even out a little bit here. The good news for the Wild, though, is that they took advantage of that early domination and put a couple of goals in the net. Not much, Selecta. How are you? Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. Good to see you. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget, I'll be back live again tomorrow night, same time for the Winnipeg Jets against the St. Louis Blues. And then Friday will be a doubleheader. I'll be doing the Islanders against the Devils on Friday, as well as the Bruins against the Coyotes. So still, even after tonight, a couple more streams to go this week and some good matchups to look forward to. Especially that Devils-Islanders game on Friday. I am very excited for that one. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Awesome to see you. We're back from the commercial break. It'll be an ozone draw now for the Flames. Taken now by Toffoli. Cycles down low. There's Lindholm. Elias Lindholm back out high to the point. Played there by Uyghur. Moving it around. Minnesota able to work that one out of the zone. Finally, they'll carry up as Spurgeon jumps into the play. Gotten back to the middle of the ice now by Kaprizov. His spin around shot gets blocked by Uyghur. And Calgary gets it back out to the neutral zone. Scott, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Good to have you. Here's Minnesota back into the offensive end. Kaprizov with a backhand, and Vladar's got to make a good save on that one, as he'll cover that up with 8:36 to go in the first and an ozone faceoff for the Wild on the way. Boston plays the Avalanche tonight, no Mander, and then Arizona on Friday. The best scorer on the Flames team, from a goal scoring standpoint, probably Elias Lindholm. From a total point standpoint, it's probably Jonathan Huberdeau, although he hasn't been this year. He was a 115 point player with with the Panthers last year, but he has not had a very good start in Calgary. But from a talent standpoint, Huberdeau is their top offensive guy, and then Lindholm would be their best goal scorer, especially now with Tkachuk gone. He had a 40-plus goal season last year. But Calgary's struggling right now. They have not gotten the production out of key players that they were looking for, and that's part of the reason why they've had some troubles winning games. I also think Huberdeau is eventually going to get better. He is way too talented to go a whole season struggling like he has. I think at some point he's going to start to break out with the Flames. No worries, Liam. Appreciate you coming by. Good to have you here. What's going on, Ryan? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. No, Monahan is now with the Montreal Canadiens, no mander. He got traded in the offseason. So we head to another commercial break now. About 8 minutes to go in the first period of this one. And this game has serious playoff well, I mean, we're not near the end of the season, so I guess I can't say serious playoff implications because every team's got 50-plus games to go. But as far as the standings as they stand right now, this game is very meaningful because Minnesota is currently in third place in the Central, but they've got Colorado and Nashville nipping right at their heels, just a point or two back. And then Calgary, if they win, they could actually move into a playoff spot. If Calgary wins in Colorado, actually, no. Does Edmonton play tonight? If Edmonton doesn't play tonight, Calgary could actually take Edmonton's spot. Oh, no, Edmonton does play against Arizona. So the Colorado game, the Edmonton game that are coming up later are actually very meaningful depending on how this game goes because all of those teams are right around each other from a point standpoint and could all flip-flop in the standings depending on who wins and who loses tonight. We're back underway. Puck's out to the neutral zone. 7:50 to go in the first. Like, if Edmonton loses and Calgary wins, then Calgary would pass Edmonton in the standings. If Colorado loses and Calgary wins, Calgary can pass Colorado for a wild card spot. Colorado could pass Minnesota if Minnesota loses this game and Colorado wins. So, like, there's so many different scenarios based on who wins these games tonight. The Western Conference race right now is very close. Trying to work it around. Calgary back in their own zone. Played up over the red line into the offensive end. Ruzicka's shot gets blocked wide, ends up down below the goal line. Blake Coleman comes in and steals it on the forecheck. He's trying to get away from John Merrill, who paced him along the boards, but Coleman keeps the puck. Still works away from Greenway now. Stolen eventually by Eriksson Ek, and out of the zone comes Minnesota. Foligno will dump it in. It's wrapped around the boards. Greenway sends it below the goal line. And Minnesota trying to cycle in the offensive zone. Trying to play it up now. 6:40 to go in the first period. And we're going to get a penalty call here against Minnesota. And we're going to get our first power play of the game. It goes to the Flames. And what a chance this could be for Calgary. It is going to be a kneeing penalty here against John Merrill. Yeah, he stuck the knee out there on Ruzicka as he was getting it out of the zone. And that is going to lead to a Calgary power play here and a chance for them to cut this lead in half. This might be the opportunity the Flames needed to get the offense going in their favor. I don't remember the exact year, no mander, but it was sometime, I want to say in like early to mid 2010s. I want to say it was like around 2014 or something like that. into the offensive zone now. Back to the point. Played over. Anderson. Taken now by Huberdeau. He passes to the far side. Toffoli with a shot. He rips that one high. Played up now into the offensive zone. Flames back on the attack. Playing this one across. Flames right back in. There's a shot that misses wide. Kept in out high by Anderson at the blue line. Flames getting some good pressure here. Still a minute 15 on the power play. And that pass attempt from Huberdeau ends up deflected up and out of play. We'll get a whistle and a face-off on the way. Very much so, John. We are a long, long way away from the playoffs, and a lot is going to change between now and then. But welcome in, John. Welcome in, Chris, Tyler. Appreciate you guys coming by. This has been a fun start to this one with Minnesota playing so well in the first 5 minutes, and now Calgary kind of starting to claw their way back into it and try and get some offensive push themselves. A goal here for the Flames would be huge. Ruzik is going to get kicked out of the draw. That means Dubé comes in to take it, and he's going to win it to the sideboards, back to the point. Shaw trying to clear for the Wild. He can't. Flames setting back up in the offensive zone. Lucas, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Awesome to see you as Hannafin plays that back down low. Taking it is Dubé, double-teamed in the corner. Trying to work this one around. Back out high. That hops over the stick and out of the zone past Stone. Back to get it. Flames regroup with 40 seconds left on the power play. Dumped into the offensive end around the boards. Sent back around. Gotten by Foligno, though, and Marcus Foligno will clear again for the Wild. We're down to 5 minutes to go in the first period. Final 25 seconds of the power play. Dylan Dubé to Mangiapane. But they are offsides entering the zone. And we get a whistle and a stoppage now. Neutral zone face-off on the way. I mean, there's a lot of teams that could get the number 1 pick, Mander. There's at least 5 that I can name off the top of my head. Anaheim, Arizona, Chicago, Philadelphia, and Columbus are all certainly in the mix right now. And it's going to come down to whoever's ping-pong ball favorably gets picked. Ozone draw now for the Flames. 13 seconds left on the power play. Wild win it back, though, and Spurgeon will clear, but not out. Second chance, the Wild do clear it all the way down. And that is pretty much going to do it for this man advantage. Flames do not score. And we are back to 5-on-5 hockey as Merrill comes out of the box. Still a 2-0 lead for the Wild. Flames back into the offensive end. Taken now. Huberdeau gets knocked off the puck. Lindholm comes in to help get it back, though. And now Huberdeau gets tripped down. That's going to be a penalty. And Calgary is going to go right back to the power play here. As it looks like Matt Zuccarello is going to be going off for tripping. And the Flames, who couldn't score on that first opportunity, is going to get another one very, very quickly as we head to our final commercial break of this first period, and the Flames go back to the man advantage. See you later, Liam. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. It's going pretty well, Pablo. How are you? Thanks for being here. We head to our final commercial break now of the first period. Flames going right back on the man advantage. Tripping call against the Wild. And we'll see if the Flames can get themselves on the board with this chance. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Great to see you in the chat. As always, please don't forget, it really helps out a lot and means a lot if you can hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I cover the entire NHL. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. Just trying to build a hockey community where everyone can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Calgary here trying to get themselves on the scoreboard in this one. Another power play chance coming up, and See if they can get a little bit more going than their first power play. Also, while we're at the commercial break here, I think it's a good time to get a cheers in the chat. So we're going to get a cheers for everybody watching. Thank you guys all so much. And hopefully we got a great hockey game tonight, a great stream. Really appreciate each and every one of you. And really can't thank you guys enough for making this channel what it is. So cheers, everybody. Luke, what's going on? Welcome in. Just in time as we come back from the commercial and we get ready for this Flames power play. Offensive zone draw, one back. Flames will set up with the man advantage. Top unit on the ice. Huberdeau looking for a redirection in front. That ends up going blocked off to the sidewall and cleared out by Minnesota. Down behind the net. Rasmus Andersson will carry back up. Now he'll drop pass it. Nazem Kadri. Over the red line, into the offensive zone. Flames setting back up again. Tyler Toffoli along the side. Passes that back to the blue line, but nobody's home. And the Flames have to regroup and try zone entry again. Here's Huberdeau. Gets it down low. In the skates of Kadri, he ends up losing it to the corner. Minnesota trying to clear, but Toffoli keeps it in. Here's Kadri. Drop pass for Lindholm. Lindholm now back to the point. Cycling around offensive zone. Trying to find a room in front. Taken now. Back to Lindholm on the half wall. He'll switch with Kadri. Played back to Anderson at the point. Move to the near side. Here's a shot from Toffoli. Saved by Fleury, and the loose puck is cleared all the way down by Minnesota. Fleury with a solid stop there. 55 seconds to go on the Flames man advantage. They've tied up the shots on goal. 7-7 shots now, but Minnesota still leads 2-0. Final 40 seconds of the power plays. Dubé is now into the offensive zone. Played over now, out high. Here's Hannafin, top of the circle. Looking for a redirection in front. It misses wide, but the Flames keep it in. Second chance to clear, though, and the job gets done. Final 15 seconds. One last rush for the Flames on the power play as Ruzicka sends it in deep. Eddie, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks so much for coming by. Awesome to have you here. Appreciate it, man. Down low, Mangiapane. Lifted up the boards again by the Wild, but this time they don't get it out. Power play's over, though. We're back to 5-on-5. Zuccarello's out of the box, and we are back out to the neutral zone where Calgary's got to regroup, still trailing by a couple of goals. 2:03 remaining here in period number 1. That's brought up, dumped in by Backlund. He tries to get it back, but stolen away by Matt Boldy. Out now, Kaprizov, up past Boldy. Can't maintain possession. The Flames come back the other way. Here's Blake Coleman. Back to the point in the offensive zone. Tanev cycles it down low, gets out and through to Toffoli. Minute 40 remaining in the period. Yes, I did, Pablo. Very happy for him on finally getting that first goal. Out high again. Tanev trying to keep it in. Has the puck bounce on him, and the Wild are able to take it and get it out. Boldy will dump it in. Teams will head off for changes as Zuccarello peels back. Onto the ice comes Kaprizov and the rest of that line. Paton there as well as this is driven wide by Elias Lindholm. Move to the middle. Here's Zadorov with a shot that gets blocked by Kaprizov, and he's got to get to the bench. Final minute now of the first period. Back into the offensive zone. Flames on the attack, looking for a goal before the intermission. That one gets sent, and just wide. Fleury on the rebound chance gets a piece of it as well. Playing it around along the boards. Reeves lifts that one and clears it for Minnesota. Out of the zone. Calgary's going to go back and regroup again. Mangiapane can't get it through traffic. Here's Dubé. And the Flames chase back to their own end. 35 seconds now to go. First period. Yes, he is no manner. He is fully healthy. Played down low. And now we got a collision back behind the play as Greenway and Vladar get into a collision, and that draws the ire of the Flames, and we've got a little bit of a gathering here now below the goal line. 24 seconds to go in the period. This hasn't really been a physical game yet, but Greenway's going to go to the penalty box here for this collision with Vladar. And that is going to put Calgary back on the power play here, their third of the period. And Vladar certainly didn't shy away from that contact. He got the call there. But boy, he certainly looks like he went and made sure that there was contact between him and Greenway before going down. Jeremiah, what's going on? Peter, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. We'll see if that adds some spice to this game a little bit. No team likes seeing their goaltender get touched. But Vladar certainly made sure that he got hit on that one. Final seconds now of the first period. Flames working around in the offensive zone on the power play. 10 seconds to go. There's a long shot from Huberdeau. Blocker saved by Fleury. Out again to the point. Anderson looking for a shooting lane. There's another shot there that gets blocked to the corner. That's going to do it for period one. So the power play will carry over for about a minute and 40 seconds into period number 2, but we are headed to the first intermission with the Minnesota Wild up 2-0 on a couple of early goals, one from Kirill Kaprizov, one from Mason Shaw, and that is where we stand. 20 minutes down, 40 minutes of action still to go, and the Wild on top by a couple on the road. But thank you guys again all so much for being here. Really appreciate it. We'll have some time now to hang out and chill in the chat while we wait for the second to begin. But please don't forget, it means a lot if you can hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't. Fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. I cover the entire NHL, and we're just trying to build a hockey community where everyone can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Baby Yoda fan, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. It was all Minnesota early in that first, but Calgary certainly got their game going as the period went along, got some chances, just weren't able to find the back of the net, and still haven't been able to get that offense going quite yet. Very solid period from the Wild, particularly on the road. I guess if there was if there's one thing to really complain about if you're Minnesota, it's the 3 penalties that has obviously given Calgary the power plays opportunities that they've gotten. They've had 3. This is the third one already here at the end of the first, and Minnesota has not had a power play yet. So the Wild probably want to be a little bit more disciplined as this game goes along, but other than that, it was a very solid road period for the Wild. We'll have some time now to hang out in the chat while we wait for this second to begin. And absolutely, Eddie, anytime you're the road team and you can come out of the first period with a multi-goal lead, that is a very good start for a road team. So they got to be happy with that first overall. Calgary, they were late to the party. They did not have a good first 5 minutes, but I think they have something that they can build on with the way that they played later in that period as it went along. I don't know where my friends are, Pablo. I'm not their babysitter. I don't keep tabs on them. They're all doing something tonight, but it's not here. Calgary will have a minute and 36 seconds of power play time that will carry over into that second period. Because Edmonton isn't a good team, Bruce. They're completely reliant on 2 of the top 5 players in all of hockey. and two generational talents that have to do pretty much everything for that team. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are the Edmonton Oilers. Outside of that, the Edmonton Oilers are a very mediocre hockey team outside of McDavid and Draisaitl. Those two players literally do everything. Look like the points for the Oilers when you look at their roster is ridiculous. Like, their defense stinks. Their defense is not good. Their goaltending has always been mediocre at best. Like their entire scoring offense runs through McDavid and Draisaitl. Like, they're doing everything for that team. And I mean, if you took those two off of that team, they would be one of the worst teams in the league. So, Connor McDavid leads the NHL with 48 points. Leon Draisaitl's not far behind at 42. At least I believe McDavid still leads the league. Yeah. McDavid has 48 points this year. Leon Draisaitl has 42. The next closest player on the Edmonton Oilers is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins with 27. So you have Connor McDavid literally has 21 more points than Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Leon Draisaitl has, I don't know why I can't do that math quick, but 42 minus 27 from Nugent, 50. He has 15 more points than Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. And so you've got Nuge at 27, who's the leader on the Oilers outside of McDavid and Draisaitl. Then you have Zach Hyman at 26, but Zach Hyman plays a majority of the time with McDavid or Draisaitl, depending on who he's playing with that particular night. And he also gets a lot of power play time with McDavid and Draisaitl on the power play, and eight of his 26 points have come on the power play. So, I mean, you're even the guys that are close to McDavid and Draisaitl on the Oilers in point scoring get a lot of their points when McDavid and Draisaitl are out there with them. Like 13 of Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' 27 points have come on the power play. So, I mean, you're looking at almost half of his points coming on the power play when presumably Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are on the ice. So, I mean, it's literally a two-man show in Edmonton. It's Draisaitl and McDavid. And after that, everybody else is, like, not doing much. I don't think they'll demand trades, Bruce. I think eventually, though, their contracts will come to an end, and they'll eventually just choose not to re-sign with the Oilers. I mean, if they hit free agency, they can just say, no, I'm not re-signing in Edmonton if they don't want to be there. I mean, from a point perspective, from an offensive perspective, this team is completely reliant on McDavid and Draisaitl. And when you look at them defensively, they aren't particularly great as far as defense goes. They give up a lot of goals. Edmonton is 27th in the NHL when it comes to goals against per game. They're 27th out of 32 teams. They're giving up the 6 most goals per game in the NHL this year. They're not good defensively. They give up a ton of goals. And when they do win games, it's generally because they flat out outscore their opponents. And why do they outscore their opponents? Because Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. It's such a two-man show there. No, their depth is a huge issue, and until they fix that, it's going to be the same with the Oilers until they find a way to get more depth. No, and the goaltending's not good. I mean, for a team with the expectations as high as the Oilers have, you cannot be the 6th worst defensive team in the league. I mean, that is not going to cut it. Especially come playoff time. You can't give up goals like that and expect to have a chance to win deep into the playoffs. Let's see. Mark, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. What's going on, Ronald? Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for being here. Hulk Hogan, good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. Who's leading Toronto? You mean as far as points? I mean, I don't even have to look at the Toronto. I would say that it's Mitch Marner, but I can pull up the stats for you. Yeah, Mitch Marner leads the Maple Leafs with 32 points. Austin Matthews is second with 30. And John Tavares is third with 27. But Marner leads them with 10 goals and 22 assists right now. Marner also has points in 20 straight games. So that's why Marner, I figured, would be the team leader at this point, because he's got points in 20 straight. That's pretty wild. Is it cold here? Really hasn't been that cold, Pablo. Warmer than normal for this time of year, but that's going to change later this week. Lindsay, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Darnell Nurse had one really, really good season with Edmonton. That was a couple of years ago, but he kind of took a step back last year a little bit, and it's been moderately okay for him this season. Well, no, he's actually been pretty solid this year. I'll give him that. He took a bit of a step back last year. It wasn't terrible, but it certainly wasn't as good as his 2021 season. But he's actually not been bad this year. These numbers are better than I thought for Nurse. He's got 14 points in 26 games, which for a defenseman is not too bad. And he's a +8. I mean, he's a plus player. He hasn't been out there for a boatload of goals against or anything like that. His best year still is definitely 2021, where he had 36 points in 56 games and was a +27. But Nurse hasn't been terrible. He's actually, as far as the blue line goes for Edmonton, I think Nurse is kind of a bright spot on the back end, along with Evan Bouchard, who's developed very nicely. I'm a big Bouchard fan. He has not been great this year, though. Bouchard's actually looking like he's taking quite a bit of a step back this season from where he was at last year. Yeah, Bouchard had his breakout season last year with 43 points in 81 games and a +10. So far this season, he has 11 points in 26 games, but is a -12. Yeah, Bouchard hasn't been as good this year. But still, I mean, if you're talking about those guys as your best D-men, you're not in a position to compete with the other top teams around the league if those guys are your best defensemen. Oh, goaltending's probably the worst thing about the Oilers, Selecta. Their goaltending has not been good. Buffalo is, I would assume, still destroying. Yeah, they're up 7-2 now on Columbus. So they're still leading the Blue Jackets by a wide margin. More likely to make the playoffs, between Washington and Vancouver. Honestly, I think it's Vancouver, just because the wild card spots in the West, I think, are pretty open for some not great teams to find a way to get in. I mean, I feel like if you look at the teams that are vying for the wild card spots in the West, they're not great teams. Like, you've got You've got Edmonton, you've got Colorado, who's decimated with injuries right now. You've got Calgary there, who's not had a good start to the season. You've got Nashville. Vancouver's only 3 points out of a playoff spot right now. Like, as bad as the Canucks were at the beginning of this season, they are still just 3 points out of a playoff spot. Whereas over in the Eastern Conference, I think you've got higher quality teams that are going to be in those wild card spots. Like Tampa, who's gone to 3 straight Stanley Cups, is in a wild card spot right now in the Eastern Conference. So I just think that there's more quality teams in the East than in the West right now. And I think that's going to make it more likely that Vancouver is able to climb into a wild card spot, more so than Washington, who I think the Capitals are in quite a bit of trouble this year. I don't see Washington making the playoffs personally. Well, Tampa was in the 3rd spot in the Atlantic until they lost to Detroit last night, and then Detroit took that spot. The Red Wings and Lightning have the same amount of points right now. Both have 31 points through 25 games. So, and both are playing well recently. You've got Detroit, who's 6-2-2 in their last 10 games, and you've got Tampa, who's 7-3 in their last 10 games. So they've actually been very kind of even so far this year. Penguins are also getting much better, Isaac. They're actually 8-1-1 in their last 10 games and are on a 3-game winning streak. So Pittsburgh did have that rough patch earlier in the year, but they've really righted the ship there with the Penguins. And now Pittsburgh looks like they're climbing back towards the top near the Metro. Pittsburgh has certainly been better than Washington this season. So just from a pure comparison of who's got a better shot to make a playoff spot, I think it's Vancouver ahead of the Capitals, because the East is just very, very difficult right now, and the Capitals have dug themselves a hole. Wow. Tage Thompson is 1 goal away from the double hat trick. That's pretty incredible. What a night for him. Jets, yeah, I honestly, I haven't seen anything from the Jets this year that makes me think they're not a playoff team. They're currently leading the Central Division. They're tied with Dallas in points, but have played 2 less games. I have not seen anything that makes me doubt the Winnipeg Jets so far this year. They're looking very solid. Anyway, we are just about to get going here to start the second period. God, the intermissions fly by when there's a lot to talk about, and that was a lot of good stuff here during the break, looking at teams and where they're at and playoff spots and whatnot. So that's always makes the intermission a lot more fun when we got a good conversation like that. Well, it's not really a thing, Selecta. There's no official stat for it or anything. I just don't know what else you would call it. 6 goals in a game? I mean, that's 2 hat tricks within the same game. I don't. There's no official anything for that, but that's pretty crazy. To be 1 goal away from that is wild. Sens fan, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. We're getting ready for the second period. Minnesota with the 2-0 lead on Calgary, but Flames do have 1:36 of power play time carrying over. Oh, Buffalo is now up 8-2 over Columbus. I don't see how the Sabres don't score double-digit goals in this game tonight. The second period is not even over, and they are up 8-2 over the Blue Jackets. Yeah, I guess so, Selecta, yeah. I guess we can say it's going to be a touchdown for Tage Thompson. He's changing sports for the night, and he's going to score 6 instead of 1. Pretty wild. Yeah, looks like we are probably going to get double digits, Luka, for Buffalo. They'll have the entire third period just to score 2 more goals, and they've got 8 already. Boy, Columbus is a team in absolute shambles right now. No. Columbus is headed for the draft lottery, Andrew. Certainly not the playoffs. Anyway, we are underway. We have just dropped the puck. Brought up now over the red line. Flames into the offensive end. They're trying to get the offense going here on the power play. Their third chance of the game with the man advantage. Here's Lindholm. Redirection. And a goal! Nazem Kadri gets a stick on it in front. It's a power play goal for the Flames. They needed that one. They cut the lead to 1. And we have ourselves a 2-1 hockey game on Kadri's goal. A big one here, just 16 seconds into the second period. And a very important one for the Flames to get on the board and get some momentum rolling in their favor. And it is 2-1 now as the Flames cut the lead in half. A nice redirection there from Kadri. I still think the Rangers have time to get better. Ryan, I really do. I don't think the season's over for New York yet. Have not played well to this point, but they're a team that if they can get back to, at least playing solid hockey, they're going to at least be a wild card team. All right, 30 seconds in, an offensive zone faceoff coming up for Calgary after an icing against Minnesota. And this one's won back defensively to Goligoski by the Wild. He tries to whip it up the boards, but Tanev pinches to keep it in. Now we've got a player down for the Wild. It's Jordan Greenway, very slow to get up. Moved back into the middle. That pass doesn't connect, and the Flames have to go back and regroup in their own zone. Trying to work this one now. Calgary back into the offensive end. Here's Goligoski. Up the boards it goes. Out and cleared all the way down. Chasing it is Anderson as Zuccarello goes in against him on the forecheck. Lays the body. Trying to force a turnover. Now it's kept in by Merrill. Blockered away by Vladar on the long point shot. Played around. Kaprizov looking to work it to the middle. It's stolen by the Flames. Here's Ruzicka. And Calgary's going to cross this one and get it out of the zone. Into the offensive end. High slot. Chance there. Backlund can't get it off as he's stick checked. Spins around. Good pass, though. Looking for a chance there. And Calgary scores again. It's Blake Coleman. As it was driven to the net, Coleman was able to find the loose puck in the crease and put it home. And 2 quick goals early in the second. And just like that, Calgary has tied this one up and we are all even. Brian, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Awesome to see you. Huge year for comebacks, Luka. That's the new thing in the NHL, 100%. No lead is safe in the NHL until you get it to like 4 or 5 goals. Anything less than that is not safe. Teams have been coming back all year long. We have another big one here. Minnesota scored 2 quick ones in the first period, and Calgary has said, hey, we can do that too, and have done it here in the second. So we are 2-2 now here early in this middle frame. It's cleared up by the Flames out of their zone into the offensive end to Foley. Fires that one high over the bar. It's back out to the neutral zone. Played across. Trying to work it now. Poked away from Patan. Played to the corner. Flames get possession back. Here's Lindholm trying to work it out. Playing it up now, out over the neutral zone, into the over the red line, into the neutral zone, and into the offensive end. Heavy on the forecheck. Here comes Calgary trying to work that one around, and we get a delay of game penalty. Another penalty here against Minnesota. It's going to be the 4th power play for the Flames. And they have 1 power play goal coming early at the beginning of this period. And the referee is saying delay of game. Hang on, now they're going to talk about it. The original call was delay of game against Matthew Dumba here, but hang on a second. Referees confer, and they do decide it's a penalty. So it is a delay of game call against the Wild. Flames back to the power play for the 4th time tonight. And Dumba's going to the penalty box. Can the Flames take a lead? Yeah, there's been a lot of comebacks like that, Luca, this year, and it really feels like there's more blown leads than ever in the NHL right now. Moved across now. Here are the Flames down in the corner. Ripped around to the far side. Huberdeau plays it back down low. Gets it back on the half wall. Sends it to Anderson at the point. Anderson fakes the shot, then passes back to Huberdeau. Looking for play from Toffoli down low. The puck gets knocked around. Huberdeau gets it back. Here's Toffoli. Shot, trying to tuck it inside the post short side, but Fleury holds it, misses wide. Played in front now, back to Lindholm on the half wall. 30 seconds gone off the power play. Long shot there. Anderson scores! Blasts one in from the point through traffic. And it's a 3-2 lead. The Flames with another power play goal. And they get their first lead of the game. And we are seeing a huge effort here from Calgary early in the second. Totally different from the beginning of the first period. Wow. And just like that, 3 straight goals here within the first 3.5 minutes for the Flames. And it is a 3-2 game now as they go up and get their first lead of this contest. Talk about a momentum swing in this one. From 2-0 Wild to 3-2 Flames. Hey, Vaughn, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Much appreciated. We'll see if anybody got a piece of that in front. Not sure. Maybe Toffoli. Nonetheless, it's a goal for Calgary. Wild win the ensuing faceoff, and we are back underway. Yes, I did, Vaughn. Yes, I did. Honestly, Selecta, I don't think a pro sport would ever have a mercy rule, but I got to imagine it'd be like 20 or something like that. Played around now, down along the side. Minnesota trying to get it out of their end, not able to. Thrown in there. That one gets covered by Fleury as he stops it, and it will be an offensive zone draw for the Flames on the way as they have really taken over here at the beginning of the second. Beginning of the first was all Wild. Beginning of the second here is all Calgary. Hey, Jeremiah with the 10. Thank you so much. Let's get that dono hype in the chat for Jeremiah dropping a 10 on the stream. Really appreciate it, man. That means a lot. Thank you. Ozone draw now for Calgary. One back to Tanev. He sends one in front looking for a redirection, and Fleury snags that with the glove. Mangiapane got a piece of it to redirect it on goal, but Fleury snags it, and it will be another ozone draw on the way. Boy, oh boy. Playing it around now, down low. Here's Tanev. Brought up now into the offensive end. Kaprizov back the other way for the Minnesota Wild. They don't know what hit them. Trying to get some momentum turned back in their favor. Bo, what's going on? Welcome in. Crazy performance for the Buffalo Sabres going on right now in Columbus. Back the other way. Here's Kadri into the offensive zone. Pass across. Shot. That one's just ripped wide. Back to get it now, Hanifin. Played over to Tanev. Over the red line, he dumps it deep. Fleury comes out to get it. Down to the corner, up to Kaprizov. Move to the middle. 15-17 to go in the second, and the Flames take it back in their own zone. Trying to get it out there. They're able to. The Wild have to regroup. Hey, that's awesome, Jeremiah. Very, very cool. Love those reverse retros. Here's a chance for Marcus Foligno. He fires one in. And Vladar is able to make the save and swallow that up. And we'll get a whistle here with 14:53 to go in the second. What a turn of events in this one. Flames now with the lead, up 3-2. Good chance there for Foligno, but Vladar makes the save. Arnie, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, it's been quite different here in the second period than the first. Kelly, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Off the draw, Flames trying to work it out of their zone. Minnesota heavy in on the forecheck. Flames move it up, though. There's Stone. Out the wing, out of the zone. Here's Toffoli now into the offensive end. He fires one high on Fleury, and he makes a save there to cover that one. And the Flames flip the ice. It will be an ozone draw for Calgary now. Fruit Snack, welcome in. Isaiah, welcome in. Thank you guys for coming by. Just over 5 minutes into this second period, and this went from 2-0 Minnesota to 3-2 Flames, all in the span of about 3.5 minutes. Move down behind the net. Vladar sends it up. Minnesota pinches to keep it in. It's Matt Boldy along the wall. Can't get the puck to the middle, though. The Flames steal and carry out. Ruzik it out to the neutral zone. All right, have a good night, Andrew. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Around now, 14:10 remaining in the second. Calgary will clear. No, they get it to the blue line, but not out. Wild keep it in for now. Calgary may be getting a little sloppy here. Can't do that. Here's Freddie Gaudreau with a shot and a good save by Vladar. Another loose puck in front. Flames finally come away with it. This time there's bodies flying everywhere, but they get it out of the zone. And Blake Coleman's going to dump that one in. Down behind the net. 13:45 to go here in the second. Back in behind. Played by Zadorov. Reeves steals it away from Zadorov. Back to the blue line. Minnesota setting up, cycling in the offensive end. Dewar gets it through to Shaw. Shaw checked there by Stone. Pinned along the boards. Couple players come in to help out. Reeves comes away with a puck. Cycles it back down low. Near side there. Huberdeau can't get it out. Past Goligoski pinching. Good shift here from the Wild fourth line. They needed something like this. Back the other way now comes Calgary into the offensive zone. They lose the puck down in the corner. Hey, Kelly with the 10. Let's get some dono hype in the chat for Kelly. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. That is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Arnie, they're pretty good. They're not my favorite of the reverse retros, but they're solid. As Vladar makes another save there on Zuccarello. And a good scoring opportunity for Minnesota gets thwarted. And Vladar with a nice save. We'll get a stoppage. An offensive zone faceoff for the Wild. When we get back from our first commercial break here of period number 2, 12:49 remaining in the middle frame. Calgary is up to a 3-2 lead now as they've come storming back here in the second. All right, so some other action going on around the NHL while we're at this commercial break. The Capitals have a 2-1 lead over the Flyers. The Sabres are destroying Columbus 9-2. And the Bruins and Avalanche are still tied 0-0 in the first period of that game. Games that haven't started yet, the Coyotes play the Oilers, the Rangers play the Golden Knights, and the Canucks play the Sharks tonight. My favorite of the reverse retro jerseys is Washington's, going back to the Screaming Eagle jerseys. Buffalo's are also really nice as well. There's quite a few that are really nice this year. But as far as reverse retros, my favorite of the new reverse retros was Washington's. We're coming back now from the commercial break, getting ready to get this one back underway. All right. Wow. Ryan Reeves has been a lot better with Minnesota since getting traded than he was with the Rangers this season. They just showed the comparison of his 12 games with the Rangers versus his 5 games with Minnesota that he's played this year, and he has been way better with the Wild. Played up now over the red line. Flames dump it in. They chase it into the offensive zone. Mangiapane in on the forecheck. Trying to work it around. Zuccarello gets taken down by Dubé, and the Wild are finally going to get their first power play of this game. Calgary has had 4 so far, and they've scored on 2 of them. Now Minnesota is going to get a chance to try and answer that with a power play of their own. So Dubé heads to the penalty box for tripping. Minnesota to the first man advantage chance for them, and we'll see what they can do with this opportunity. Right off the draw, though, cleared all the way down by the Flames penalty kill. Trying to bring it up now. Through the neutral zone. Kaprizov into the offensive end. Trying to play it around now. Kaprizov across. Bruce, I think Probert probably would have destroyed just about any modern NHLer in a fight. I mean, fighting back then and fighting now are 2 very, very different things. I think Probert would destroy almost anybody from this era. Not almost anybody from this era in a fight. I think Probert's one of, if not the greatest fighter of all time. So it's gonna be hard to find a name of somebody that wouldn't, especially nowadays. Moved in now. That shot gets deflected off glass. Minnesota back in their own zone. Really not getting anything going on this power play. Well, yeah, but he's from that era, Jeremiah. Like, from modern, the last 10 years, I don't think anybody from the last 10 years would even stand a chance against a guy like Probert. Into the offensive zone now. Here's Goodrow. Final 17 seconds of this power play. Minnesota not really getting much going, but they do have a little bit of time left. Moved back now. 5 seconds left on the power play. Wild back to the point. Here's Spurgeon. His shot gets blocked. Foligno with it as the time ticks off, and we are back to even strength. 5-on-5 once again as Minnesota's unsuccessful on the power play. Moved up now, out through to the neutral zone, over the red line, into the offensive end. All the way down now. Dumba hits Dubé there, trying to clear the zone. It's not a penalty, though, because it was the follow-through of a clearing attempt on the puck. Brought up now, back into the offensive end. Kadri sends it deep. Back out now to the neutral zone. Tanev with it. We're past the halfway point of this one. 9:40 to go in the second. Mason Shaw gets knocked down. Long shot there from Goligoski. Rebound chance in front, and a good save by Vladar as he grabs that one with the glove. And we get a whistle. It will be an ozone draw for the Wild as we head to our second commercial break of this period. 9:33 to go in the second, and Calgary continues to lead by a goal. And we'll get a commercial stoppage here. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Zach, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you guys all for being here. Please don't forget, it really means a lot and helps the channel a ton. If you can hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. We're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Nope, Pablo, this is the only game. Yes, Joseph, it is 9-2 Buffalo. That is correct. It is 9-2 Buffalo. All right, we're coming back from the commercial break now. Back into the offensive zone. Coleman goes in on the forecheck. Trying to work this one around. And played up the boards here. Out to the blue line. Tanev sends it deep. Back the other way. And we're going to get another penalty here against the Flames. This is going to be Michael Backlund going to the box. And Minnesota back to the power play. They're 0 for 1 so far. They just had their last opportunity and really didn't get much going on it. But this is going to be a huge opportunity now for the Wild to try and tie this game up with another quick power play chance. And that was Backlund getting his stick there right between the legs of Matt Zuccarello and taking him down. So we'll see what the Wild can do with this one. Played back now. Top of the circle. Zuccarello. Pass in the middle. There's a shot from Kaprizov. Save Vladar. Rebound chance, and that one's just squirted wide. Flames able to clear it out to the neutral zone, though, and Kalen Addison has to go back and get it. 8:50 to go here in the second period. 1:40 remaining on the Minnesota power play. They've already had a good opportunity on that last sequence. Now they're back into the offensive zone. Here's Joel Eriksson-Ek. He drives in looking for a backhand. Save there by Vladar. And now Eriksson-Ek getting pushed around in front. And we've got some good stuff going after the whistle as Uyghur's getting into it with Kaprizov. Uyghur and Kaprizov exchanging some gloves. Eriksson-Ek in there. Coleman in there. And we get some fun in front of the net right there as the Wild and Flames start to heat up a little bit. Would love to see some more of that. Cap, what is going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. It started with Uyghur and Eriksson-Ek, and then Coleman jumped in, and then Kaprizov jumped in. And when it's all said and done, it'll just be an offensive zone face-off for the Wild and a minute and a half left on the power play. Here's Addison to Zuccarello. Long shot there, misses wide. Boldy along the boards, knocks it down, plays it to the corner. Eriksson Ek first to it. Back out now, Zuccarello. Plays it back across. Here's Matt Boldy. Looking for a chance in front there. Vladar's able to keep it out. Eriksson Ek gets knocked down behind the net. And that's cleared all the way down by the Flames penalty kill. Kalen Addison will go back and get it. 1 minute to go on the power play. Trying to bring it up now. Here's Zuccarello through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Plays it back away from Dubé. Pass back to the middle. Here's Addison out high. Gets it over to Kaprizov. Top of the circle. Down low for Zuccarello. Back to Kaprizov. 40 seconds left on the power play. Chance in front. Eriksson Ek can't get it on goal. Flames trying to muscle it out of the zone. And finally, Dubé's able to clear. 25 seconds left now on the Minnesota power play. 7.5 to go in the second period. Flames still lead by 1. And we're going to get a call here for offsides as Dubé came back in before the Flames had cleared the zone. All right, see you later, Fruit Snack. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. But thanks for coming by tonight. Minnesota still with a little bit of power play time here. 22 seconds left. And that one is one back. Taken now by the Flames as they kill some more clock. 7:20 to go now in the period. Toffoli gets it down low, but Minnesota takes possession back. Here come the Wild up ice. Into the offensive zone around the boards. Playing it now. We're back to full strength as the Flames kill another one, and Backlund is out of the penalty box. So it is even again, 5-on-5, and Calgary's 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. Knocked down in the neutral zone, backhanded in. Here comes Foligno on the forecheck. He lands a heavy hit on Zadorov. Taken now. Middleton pinches, gets that puck away. Taken by Reeves down low. Here's Foligno cycling with Reeves. Reeves gets run into there by Zadorov. Puck ends up in the corner, and the Flames work it up the wall. Moving it back out now. Calgary up ice into the offensive end. Kadri with it. 6:20 to go here in the second. I am enjoying this game. This has been a fun one. Trying to work it back now to the point. Here's Stone with a long shot. That one misses wide. 6 minutes to go here in the second. Minnesota gets it up the boards, but not out. Stone pinches to keep it in. Here's Brett Ritchie down low. He's going to try and get the cycle game working. Cy, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Awesome to have you. Dumba getting into it with Lucic now. Lucic not happy, but Minnesota gets the puck out of the zone. Here comes Shaw against Hannafin. Reeves gets in there. Back out. Cleared by Trevor Lewis. Brett Ritchie will dump it in. Lucic goes in heavy on the forecheck. Goligoski all over him, so he cycles it with Lewis. Moving it around now. Played up by the Wild. They get it out over the red line. Goligoski into the offensive end. And he fires that one on Vladar, who makes the pad save and covers it up with 5:16 to go here in period 2. All right, we get a whistle there and an offensive zone faceoff for Minnesota on the way as they look to tie this game. Calgary continues to lead 3-2 as we head to our final commercial break of this second. And this is turning into a very fun back-and-forth game between these two. Glad I'm doing this one tonight. Tomorrow night, I'll be back again with more Western Conference action. It will be the Winnipeg Jets against the St. Louis Blues tomorrow on stream. Same time as tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. And Friday night will be a doubleheader. Friday, I will be doing the New York Islanders against the New Jersey Devils for the first game, and then the Boston Bruins against Arizona Coyotes for the second game. It starts at 7 Eastern, and then the second game is at 9:30 Eastern. So those will be back-to-back, same stream, normal doubleheader. And Going to be a fun one on Friday as well to close out the week. I will not be streaming this weekend, Saturday or Sunday, but that's okay. I've streamed all 5 days during the week this week. And then obviously I'll have next week's schedule posted on Sunday to let you guys know what's coming up with for next week's action. Hey, thank you, Joseph. I really appreciate you as well. It's awesome to have you here, and I'm glad that you enjoy all the streams. So thank you so much for coming by again. Baker, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for being here. We're coming back from the commercial. It'll be an offensive zone draw for Minnesota. Derek, what's going on? Thanks for coming by. One back by the Wild as they look to set up. Here's Jacob Middleton. And all the way out, cleared through the two guys at the blue line. Wild have to retreat to their own zone. Oh, geez, Jeremiah. That's a lot, man. 18 inches. That is a lot of snow. Played around there. Tanev takes it from Steele, but keeps it in the offensive zone. Calgary in down low now, trying to work this one around. Huberdeau and Lindholm against Middleton and Zuccarello. Puck is tied up along the boards, finally kicked free. Minnesota sends it up the wall. Boldy back to the D. Middleton past Zuccarello. Pass doesn't connect, and that's going to be icing. As with 4:32 to go here in the second, we'll have an offensive zone draw for the Flames on the way. Well, not a very good night for the save percentages for either of these goaltenders. Marc-Andre Fleury has given up 3 goals on 14 shots for the Flames, and Dan Vladar has given up 2 goals on 15 shots for the Wild have taken. So, neither of the save percentages are looking very good right now. As Backlund has some words for Zuccarello, who went right to the front of the net there as Vladar covered up. And it will be an offensive zone draw now for Minnesota. And Backlund and Zuccarello start chirping a little bit. Backlund didn't like how Zuccarello went right to the net. And kind of snowed the goalie a little bit. Not yet, Aries. No snow for us yet. We've had a lot of rain this fall / early winter, but nothing's been cold enough for snow yet. Played around now, down low, up and cleared out, all the way down by the Flames. Merrill's going to go back and get it with Coleman all over him. Played down low, pressured here. Eriksson Ek gets knocked down. Greenway off the boards and out. And Calgary's going to regroup back in the neutral zone. Foligno with a big hit in front of the Flames bench. 4 minutes to go here now in the second. Hanifin with it, up and out of the zone. Trying to dump it back in now. Minnesota on the attack. Eriksson Ek. Greenway cycles down low. Hanifin in the corner. Up the boards to Ruzicka. To the middle and out of the zone. Backlund. Clears that out. Here's Foligno. Pokes it away from him. And able to work it up icing. Start the breakout now for the Wild. This is passed across, but the Flames get to it first. Dump it back in behind Fleury. 3:25 remaining here in the second. Minnesota with it. Up and dumped into the offensive zone. Rolls in on Vladar. He's just going to cover it up. And we'll get a whistle and another attacking zone draw on the way here for the Wild. All of the goals in this one coming very early in periods. In the first period, it was Minnesota scoring a couple goals within the first 5 minutes. And then here in the second period, it's Calgary scoring all 3 of theirs in the first 3.5 minutes of this period. After that, things have really settled down. Still a 3-2 hockey game, 3:17 left in the second. Taken now. And right off the draw, we're going to get a high sticking penalty here against Nazem Kadri. So it's going to be another Minnesota power play. After Calgary got the first 4 power plays of the game, Minnesota's now gotten the last 3, including this one. And they don't have a power play goal yet. We'll see if they can take advantage of this chance. The 3rd time's the charm as Kadri heads off. Michael, what's going on? Welcome in. Gavin, welcome back. Thank you guys for being here. Good to see you. Ozone draw for Eriksson Ek to take. The Wild win it. Trying to keep possession here. Zuccarello down low to the corner. Kaprizov out in front. Eriksson Ek fans on the shot. Boldy able to keep it down low though, but Tanev gets to the puck. Trying to work it up the wall. Zuccarello steals it back for Minnesota. He has it now with Lindholm all over him. And the Flames steal the puck, able to clear it out to the neutral zone past Addison. Kalen Addison will regroup. Minnesota trying to carry it back into the offensive end. And that's sent all the way back by the Flames penalty kill. Here's Kirill Kaprizov through the neutral zone, over the red line. Zuccarello into the offensive end. Back out high to Addison, and the Wild will set up. There's a deflection in front, just high over the bar. Boldy couldn't get to it. Addison keeps it in at the point, though. Here's Kaprizov, gets it through to Boldy. Boldy with a shot. That one ripped wide. And out of the zone, Trevor Lewis able to carry it now for the Flames, shorthanded into the offensive end. Pass across, and Rasmus Andersson can't get it on goal, but it's going to be a delayed penalty against the Wild. That's going to do it for their power play. Andersson has it now. Worked out, trying to move it to the middle. Here's a high shot from Weegar, and a save there. Rebound chance blocked down. Wild finally touch up. And that is going to do it for the power play. Joel Eriksson Ek is going to go off for Minnesota. We're going to get 27 seconds of 4-on-4 time. And then the Flames are going to get an abbreviated power play of their own. As this game stays 3-2. And now we'll have some open ice with the 4-on-4. So it'll be an offensive zone face-off now for Calgary. Back to even strength for a short time, and then it will be a power play for the Flames. Barring any more penalties happening within the next 30 seconds. Wild win the draw back, though, and they'll start the breakout. Here's Goligoski trying to carry out of the zone. Passes that one across. 3-on-2 into the offensive end. Here's Dumba. And a great back check there by Dubé. Steals the puck back here for the Flames. They're into the offensive end. Mangiapane along the boards. He's checked by Goodrow, but Goodrow can't get out. Hannafin with a long shot that gets blocked. Here's Foligno. Foligno all the way down as the 4-on-4 is over, and the Flames go to the power play. Calgary here trying to extend the lead. There's a shot from Dubé that's just ripped wide. Did not miss by much. Trying to extend the lead to 2. Move to the middle. Down to the corner. Flames offensive zone. Trying to get it out now is Spurgeon. Up the boards. Not able to get it by. Mangiapane with it. Down low. Kadri down below the goal line. Works it back to the half boards. Waiting for a passing lane to open up. Gets one through to Hannafin. Hannafin with a good shot. And a very nice shoulder save by Fleury. He covers that one and we get a whistle. 52 seconds left on the power play for the Flames. Less than 30 seconds to go in the period. I'm drinking Busch Light, Michael. Offensive zone face-off for Calgary on the way. Trying to extend the lead to 2. 29.8 seconds left here in the period. Shots are 17-17. Flames lead by 1 on the scoreboard. 3-2 game. And Calgary can't keep that one in. Here's a chance up ice for Mason Shaw with Matt Boldy. And that pass was just too far behind him. Back the other way into the offensive zone. Here's Lindholm. Flames back on the attack. Final 15 seconds of the period. Still 35 to go on the power play. Working it around. Trying to move it in front. That's gloved away. Steele takes it in the corner. That was Steele, not Boldy. My apology. And that is going to do it now as the final time ticks off. Whoops. The final time ticks off the clock. And we have made it to the end of the second period. Flames with 3 unanswered goals there in the second. Make it a 3-2 game as they go on top. And we are headed now to the second intermission, where we'll have some time to hang out and chill in the chat. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes to go. And we'll head to the break here, have some time to hang out and chill in the chat while we wait for the third to begin. What a hockey game this has turned into. And a very, very big third period coming up. Flames do have a little bit of power play time carrying over. Lil Beastie, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yeah, Jeremiah, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know when my local liquor store is going to get it, but I haven't seen it yet, but I'm on the lookout, and I go to the store pretty regularly, so I'm sure when it comes in, I will see it pretty quickly. Lil Beastie, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Awesome to have you in the chat as always. Thank you guys all for watching. Really appreciate all the support tonight. We got a great game going right now between the Flames and the Wild, and a huge third period coming up. Hope you guys are enjoying this one. Please don't forget, it really does help out a lot and mean a lot if you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted. And we're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Herbie, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming by. Good to see you. Yes, he signed with the Flames in the off season, Michael. I mean, it depends on the store, I guess, Jeremiah. The one that I go to, I haven't seen it yet, so I mean, maybe the Boston area got it, but the rest of the state didn't. I don't know. The particular store that I go to, I have not seen it in, though. I mean, both of these teams can score more. Sheer, we still got a full 20 minutes of hockey to go. Both of these teams can score more. I think there's a lot more fun left to be had with this game. This is going to be a very fun third period coming up. Herbie, I'm a Boston Bruins fan from Massachusetts, but I'm a huge hockey fan in general, and I cover the entire NHL here. I watch as much hockey as I can, and have been my whole life. Other scores going on right now. The Capitals beat the Flyers 4-1. That game has gone final between those two. And so also we have the Sabres destroying the Blue Jackets 9-3. Buffalo still hasn't gotten to that 10th goal yet, though. But it's still 9-3 Sabres late in that one. The Oilers have taken a 1-0 lead over the Arizona Coyotes. And the Boston Bruins and Colorado Avalanche are tied 0-0 at the end of the first period there. The games that have not started yet are coming up soon. Rangers and Golden Knights, and Canucks and Sharks still to drop the puck. I does not matter to me, Herbie, in the slightest who wins this game. I'm not cheering for anybody. I'm just hoping for good hockey, and it sure has been so far. This has been a very, very fun game to watch, and I'm sure that the third period is going to be awesome as well. But I don't really care who wins. I'm just here to enjoy the game. I would love to see the Sabres hit 10. I just want to see 10 on the scoreboard. I just want to see 10 on the scoreboard. That would be hilarious. Note, Little Beastie, my doubleheader this week is on Friday. I'm doing the Islanders versus Devils, and then the Bruins versus Coyotes after that one. So that's my double for this week. Tomorrow night, I'll be back as well doing the Winnipeg Jets against the St. Louis Blues. Winnipeg is first place right now in the Central Division. And, I mean, you could make the argument that right now the Winnipeg Jets are the best team in the Central Division. And then you have St. Louis, who you could argue might be the biggest disappointment in the Central Division. 2 games below 500. And at least as of right now, outside of a playoff spot and in 6th place in the division. So it's going to be an interesting central battle there tomorrow between the Blues and the Jets. We're at the second intermission here of this one. I pick which game I want to do, Castiglione. I look at the schedule, I pick which game I want to do, and that's the game that I do. Yeah, another big comeback, Gordon. It was all Minnesota early, but Calgary scored 3 goals within a 3.5 minute span. 2 of them were power play goals, and all of a sudden they take the lead, and it goes from 2-0 Minnesota to 3-2 Calgary. And very, very big third period coming up here. I am very excited for this third. I thought that second period was extremely entertaining and fun to watch, and with the game on the line in the final 20 minutes, I can only imagine that the third is going to be even better. Yeah, Columbus has made it 9-4 now, but I think we all know it's much too little, much too late there for the Jackets. But wow, maybe Buffalo's not going to get that 10th goal. Maybe they're going to end at 9. Yeah, Tage Thompson has 5 goals in that game. Well, I'm glad that you found the stream, Herbie. Thank you so much for coming by. It's awesome to have you here. And it's going to be a very fun third period coming up. So much time we have left here at the intermission. Yeah, we still got like half the intermission to go, so still a ways away from puck drop, which I am itching for right now. Will, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you here. Getting ready for this third, and it should be a fun one. Flames with that 1-goal lead up 3-2. Minnesota's goals came early in the first period. First it was Kirill Kaprizov. Then it was, why can't I remember? Mason Shaw. Then it was Mason Shaw. And then that was it for scoring in the first period. And then in the second period, the Flames came storming back. Power play goal from Nazem Kadri, a goal from Blake Coleman, and then another power play goal from Tyler Toffoli, all within the span of 3 minutes and 11 seconds. And just like that, it went from 2-0 to 3-2. And that's where we sit right now. Calgary will also have carryover power play time to start this third period. However, it's not very much. It's only like 20 seconds or so. So not a whole lot to work with there to start this period for Calgary. But all in all, the Flames had the first 4 power plays of the game. Then Minnesota got the next 3. They haven't scored on any of them. And then now Calgary's got the last 2, counting the one that's still going right now. It's been quite a back-and-forth affair with power plays as much as it has been with the scoreboard as well. Probably low-scoring, Castiglione. I would say maybe like a 3-1 kind of game, something like that. 3-2 at most. I think it's going to be low-scoring between those two, especially with Colorado injury depleted the way that they are. I would say 3-1 or 3-2. Hey, thank you, Pablo. Glad you enjoy. Thank you, Castiglione. This is definitely one of my favorite hats, for sure. Throwback to the original 6. Yes, Dan Vladar is in goal for Calgary. Jacob Markstrom continues to try and get his head right, and he's been struggling really, really badly this year. So Vladar is kind of taken over recently, getting a load of the work. And overall, he's played very well tonight. I mean, it was really 2 quick goals early in the first period for Minnesota. It wasn't a good start, but Vladar and the Flames in general really settled down after that, and he's been very good since then, keeping the Wild off the board for the last, it's had to be like the last 35 minutes of play. Hey, Light, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by the stream tonight. Really appreciate it. Yeah, Dan, it's been quite the turnaround. Fantastic early part of the second period for the Flames, and they took the lead. Goose, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I mean, obviously, once you go up, that big in a game, it's, you you just instinctually and naturally kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit, even though you may not, consciously attempt to do it. It's just a natural thing. When you're leading a game by that much, you don't push as hard. So I'm sure that, Buffalo probably could have literally scored 20 goals that game if they kept playing like they did in the first, but instinctually they didn't stay at that level the entire way. Jay, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. The Rangers' biggest problem, Pablo, is that last season they heavily relied on elite goaltending. They relied on Igor Shesterkin being the best goaltender in the NHL to bail them out of a lot of situations, and they got elite goaltending last season. This year, they're not getting elite goaltending. They're still getting good goaltending when Shesterkin's in net. Halak is absolutely horrible. But when Shesterkin's in, he's been very solid this year, but he hasn't been Vezina level elite like he was last year. The team hasn't been able to make up for that gap in goaltending play. Thus why this season the New York Rangers are only 2 games above 500, and last season they were a 110-point team last year. Like it's a very last year the goaltending masked a lot of the mistakes and issues with the Rangers, and this year the goaltending hasn't been able to make up for those same mistakes and issues, and that's been the biggest difference. All right, see you later, little beastie. Have a great night. Thanks for coming by. It was great to see you, and hopefully we'll talk again soon. But we should be getting close to the start of the third period here based on the time and how long we've been at the intermission. So we should have third period hockey coming up here very shortly. 21 seconds of power play time is going to carry over for the Flames into this third period. So we'll see if they can get another quick goal or what's going to happen. And obviously in a 1-goal game, it's still very much up in the air who's going to win this one. It should be a great 20 minutes of hockey on the way. Toffoli does not have a goal in this game, Michael. I'm not sure about assists at all, but he does not have a goal. Let's see. Oh, yes, he does. They changed. Never mind. Toffoli does have the third goal. They changed it from Rasmus Andersson to Tyler Toffoli's. So, all right. So, originally it was called Rasmus Andersson's goal, but I think the league went back and looked at it, and they said it deflected off of Toffoli in front. So, it originally was Andersson's goal, but now it is Tyler Toffoli's goal. So he does have a goal. It was the third goal for the Flames. It was on the power play. And they changed... originally it was Andersson's goal, but they've changed it to Toffoli's now on a deflection. So, anyway, we have just dropped the puck now in the third. It's dumped into the offensive zone. And the Flames on the power play trying to get something going here early in the period. All right, have a good night, Gordon. Thanks for coming by as always. Appreciate it. And I hope that tomorrow goes well for you and we see you again soon in the chat. But thank you again and have a great night. Have a great day tomorrow. As we get no icing there, Vladar Out of the net. Power play is over. We're back to 5-on-5. Flames up through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Cross to the near side. And Uyghur will take possession back over to Tanev. Eriksson Ek will dump it in for Minnesota. Vladar holds it below the goal line. Leaves it for Uyghur. Uyghur tries to backhand it out, but turns it over to Kaprizov. Kirill Kaprizov out high. Shot through traffic. Loose puck in front. Flames get to it. And back the other way now. Here we come up ice into the offensive zone. And we'll get a whistle there. 18:55 to go in the third. And offside against the Flames. And a neutral zone faceoff coming up. Oh, sweet. Hunt and Nosek with a fight in the Bruins-Avalanche game. Our first and only fight so far across the NHL tonight that I know of. Beautiful. Love to see it. Neutral zone draw here. Backlund to take it against Steele. Steele wins it back, and Jacob Middleton will send it off the boards. Out of the zone, up ice. Here comes Minnesota. Zuccarello through to Steele. And the play is offsides. It's going to get whistled down. 18:46 to go here in the third, and another neutral zone face-off on the way. Rick, what's going on? It's awesome to see you in the chat. Thanks so much for coming by. Really appreciate it. We've got ourselves a great game going here between Minnesota and Calgary. Yes, Mander. I've streamed every NHL team this year. I had every team streamed before Thanksgiving. So, working on streaming every team at least twice now, and there's really only a few left that I haven't. Moving it around down low. Back out high, taken up by Backlund. Over the red line into the offensive end. Minnesota sends it right back out, but that's going to be an icing as Steele couldn't get a stick on it. And now the Wild will retreat back to their zone, and the Flames will get an attacking faceoff. Rory, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Awesome to see you as always. Bit of a choppy start to this third period so far. Not as fast-paced as the second was, but obviously teams playing very tightly right now, not wanting to make a costly mistake, as Uyghur has it over the red line. Dumped in behind Fleury. Around the boards it goes. Merrill's able to chip it out and all the way back to the Calgary end. And that's going to be icing again against the Wild, and the Flames get another attacking zone draw. Just over 2 minutes into this third. Hey, have a good night, Cap. Thanks for watching. As always, awesome to have you here, and we'll see you soon. Max, what's going on? Welcome in. Cleared out of the zone off the face-off by the Wild. Calgary not able to get it back in. Here's Boldy into the offensive zone. Shot there. That one's just ripped wide. Toffoli back the other way. Can't get it over center ice. Get some help, and the Flames dump it in, but that's going to be an icing now against the Flames. And Minnesota will get an offensive zone face-off. A lot of whistles here early in this period. 17:36 to go, and it will be a chance now for Minnesota. What a shot here from Boldy. Just missed blocker side wide of the post. That did not miss by much. Played down now behind the net. All right, see you later, Selecta. Have a great night, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching. Dewar dumps it in. He'll chase to the corner against Stone. Big hit there, heavy in on the forecheck. Back to get it now. Played out over the blue line into the offensive end. Mason Shaw dumps it deep. Vladar out of the goal around the boards. Down gets knocked up. Taken now down in the corner by Shaw. He cycles with Dewar and Reeves, but it's sent up the boards to Mangiapane. The Flames get it out of the zone. And now we're going to get a Minnesota penalty here. A tripping call against the Wild is going to put Calgary back on the power play. They've got a couple of power play goals in this game. This is a huge chance for them to extend the lead. and try and get an insurance marker here in the third period. It's going to be Shaw going to the penalty box for tripping down Nazem Kadri there. Offensive zone face-off for the Flames. Man advantage chance, trying to extend the lead to 2. Back out high, setting up. Here's Anderson at the blue line. Moves it across. Taken there. There's a shot in. Fleury with the save. Rebound chance. Puck is loose. But the Wild get to it first, and they clear it all the way down. Still a minute 40 to go on the Flames power play. Carried up here by Anderson. Kadri into the offensive zone. Over to Huberdeau. Huberdeau gets checked. Wild trying to steal the puck. They're going to take it, and Middleton will clear it all the way again. Good penalty kill so far for the Wild. Breaking back up ice is Anderson. Waiting for something to open up. He's over the red line. Now a drop pass. Through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Here's a shot there. That one ripped wide. Huberdeau gets to the loose puck. Still a minute 10 to go on the power play. Ticking down now a little over 4 minutes into this third period. And the Wild clear again. Boy, Minnesota doing a very good job. Trying to kill this off. Here's Dubé as the second unit comes onto the ice. Puck stolen by Dewar. Connor Dewar now. Down behind the net. Stolen away there by Greenway. Shorthanded shot, and Vladar holds the post with a shoulder save. Final 35 seconds of the Flames power play. Taken back by John Merrill, and he'll clear again. Hannafin goes back to get it. Passes up to Mangiapane. Into the offensive zone. Across. Down to the corner. Wild trying to get this one out. It's gloved down by Boldy. And Boldy is out of the zone. He'll dump it deep into the Flames end. Here's Dubé back up as they move the puck quickly. On the attack. Final seconds of the power play. One last rush. Moved in front. Fleury makes a save. Loose puck behind the net. Flames get to it. We are back to 5-on-5, though. Here's a long shot saved by Fleury. Power play's over. It's even strength again. And the Wild send that one all the way down. It's going to be icing. Tanev touches up with 14:40 remaining in the third period. And an offensive zone draw for the Flames on the way. But we stay 3-2 as the Wild kill the Shaw penalty. Here we go now. Attacking zone draw. One defensively by Minnesota. Spurgeon starts the breakout up to Zuccarello. Zuccarello can't clear past Weegar, though. Shot by Ritchie. A pad save by Fleury. Here's Lucic with it. He'll cycle to the near side boards. Weegar pinches in. Sends it back down to the corner. Lucic knocks it down. Back to the blue line. Cycled again deep. Below the goal line. Trying to get a pass in front. That's stolen by Spurgeon. And Minnesota's able to clear this puck up and out of the zone. Taken away here. Flames back up ice into the offensive end. Here's Backlund off the bench. Around the boards it goes. Kicked aside there by Fleury to the corner. Flames back on the attack. Have a good night, Aurelia. Thank you so much for watching. It was great to see you, and hopefully we see you again soon. As the Wild clear that one. Not enough juice for icing, so Anderson goes back to get it as we tick now. 13:37 to go in the third period. Stolen in the neutral zone. Minnesota on the attack. Here's Foligno. His shot goes off of his stick and just wide. Another long shot missed there. Wild can't keep it in. Kalen Addison with it. Back in his own end. Chased by Backlund. Goes off glass up to Foligno. Deflected by Eriksson Ek into the offensive zone. He backhands one off the outside of the goal. Reeves comes in on the forecheck. Eriksson Ek there trying to cycle it. Reeves down there as well. Stone and Zadorov from Calgary. Everyone trying to dig this puck out along the boards. Pinned up pretty good between a couple of skates. Finally, Zadorov gets it out. And eventually the net ends up on top of Dan Vladar. And that was Foligno knocking the net over as he was chasing after Zadorov. And that is going to result in a neutral zone face-off now outside of the Calgary end. And we are going to head to our first commercial break here of the third period. Wow. So that was a pretty good stretch of play there with a lot happening, as this remains a 3-2 hockey game. Calgary up by 1, but we're down under 14 minutes to go. And it is crunch time here. And it looks like that was a mistake of a commercial break because they are back already. Freddie Gaudreau will take the face-off against Nazem Kadri. Gaudreau gets tossed out. Boldy comes in. And the Wild trying to take possession off of that draw. Played here, across, knocked down by Coleman. Flames don't get it out, though. Here's Boldy out high. Moved across, long shot. That one goes wide. Flames trying to get the breakout going there. Up now and out of the zone. Flames dump it in. 12:35 to go here in the third. Fleury almost turns the puck over, but is able to get it by the forecheck of the Flames. Here's Tanev now around the boards. Taken now, moved across in front for Mangiapane, and he just rips one wide. Mangiapane with a good chance there, but he couldn't tap it home. Brought out now, out to the neutral zone. Played here by the Wild, and we're going to get a whistle. And a face-off's going to come back to the Calgary end. All right, we're going to go to the commercial break for real now, as we'll have an opportunity to catch our breath here. I do not believe so, no, Mander, no. I do not believe there's any relation. No, there is not. There is no relation between Freddie Gaudreau and Johnny Gaudreau, no. Freddie Gaudreau is from Quebec. Johnny Gaudreau is from the United States. But we're at a commercial break here. Third period, 1-goal hockey game. Flames holding on to this 3-2 lead. A lot of good action left to go in this one, though, as we're ticking towards the halfway point of the third. Thank you guys all so much for being here. It's awesome to have you in the chat. Please don't forget, it really does mean a lot if you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. We're just trying to bring together a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun in the chat. This one is looking like it's going to come right down to the wire. Minnie trying to tie this thing up. Calgary looking to hold the lead. They would love an insurance marker, but haven't gotten one yet. Looks like it's going to be a tight finish. As we're coming back now from the commercial. Minnesota scored 2 goals in the first 2.5 minutes of the game, but haven't scored since. The Flames scored 3 goals in the first 3.5 minutes of the second period, but haven't scored since. And all of the goals have happened in those 2 little spurts. 2 for the Wild and 3 for the Flames. Off the draw now, here's Minnesota. Thrown in front, deflects wide of Vladar. Kept in out high at the point, though. Wild trying to work it back down low as we tick under 12 minutes to go here in the third. Big battle down low. Eventually, Tanev comes away with the puck. He's pressured, though. Sends it up the boards. Kept in by the Wild. Second chance to clear Coleman. And this time he works it out to the neutral zone. Max says that the Wild is going to score with 4:32 left. That is a very precise prediction there, Max. We'll see what happens. Brought up now at the blue line, kicked away. Minnesota takes it. Played here by Kaprizov. Good pass into the offensive zone. Steele. Can't get that one through. It's taken by Lindholm and the Flames get it out. Here's Jonathan Huberdeau to Hanifin. Hanifin can't keep it in the offensive zone, and Rasmus Andersson goes back to get it. Passes over to Huberdeau. 11 minutes to go here in the third as the Flames try and work up ice. Turn it over, though. Here's Minnesota. Can't get that one through Anderson, and that's cleared out by Calgary all the way down. Matt Dumba back to get it. Bruins have gone up 2-0 on the Avalanche. Thank you, John. And nice to see the Bruins bouncing back from the Vegas shootout loss with a good, at least so far, so good performance in this one, but still obviously a lot left to be played there. It's taken now through the neutral zone. Here's Foligno. Can't get that one deep. The Flames send it over the red line. They can't keep possession, though, as Foligno goes for a cross-ice pass off the skate of Dewar. And now here's Mangiapane against Addison. Lucic comes in heavy on the forecheck as Shaw gets back. Both guys go to the corner. Shaw comes away with the puck. Minnesota gets it out over the red line, and they'll dump it in. Mason Shaw leading in on the forecheck. Good hit against Hanifin. Stealing the puck now from Kadri. Trying to work this one back around. Behind the net. Out in front, there's a shot there. Blocked down. Vladar trying to find it. Pile of bodies. Loose puck. And Vladar ends up on top of it as he covers. And we get a whistle with 9:48 to go here in the third. And we get another stoppage and an offensive zone face-off for the Wild on the way. But they still trail by 1. As Vladar is able to make the save and cover it up. Less than 10 minutes now to do. And we'll head to another stoppage here as we've passed the halfway point of this third period. Strong push here. Minnesota spending a lot of time in the offensive zone the last few minutes, pushing hard to try and get this game tied. But so far, not able to yet as Calgary continues to lead by a goal. Very important 2 points on the line in this one. Reaper, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you. This has been a fantastic game, Reaper. 3-2. 1-goal game in the third, just under 10 minutes to go. Minnesota with a very good start. Calgary's come storming back. This has just been a very fun back-and-forth hockey game. We'll see how it finishes out as we get ready for the rest of this one. Dean, welcome in. It's good to see you in the chat. King Slapshot, welcome in. Thanks for coming by. We're just coming back from this most recent commercial break. 9:48 left in the third, and it's going to be an offensive zone faceoff for the Wild on the way. And the attacking zone draw, Sam Steele is going to take it. And now get kicked out against Elias Lindholm. So Zuccarello's going to come in to take it now. And Lindholm wins it back. That allows the Flames to clear it out to the neutral zone. Kaprizov has to regroup for Minnesota. Back to Dumba. 9:35 to go here in the third period. Wild are not in desperation mode yet. There's still 9.5 minutes left, but time is starting to at least be something to look at here as we've got under 10 minutes to go. Into the offensive end. Here come the Flames, 2-on-1. Trying to get a pass across to Toffoli, but it's broken up. Back now out to the point. Calgary with it. Glove down by Kadri, but the Wild get to the loose puck and carry it out. Now Mangiapane back into the offensive zone, but he's offsides. And we'll get a whistle here again. Neutral zone draw on the way. And Kadri off the bench. If he had gotten that puck over to Toffoli, probably been a one-time goal. But good defensive play by Goligoski to break it up. Brecken, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you stopping in the chat. Jacob Middleton plays it for the Wild. Up the boards and out. Calgary takes possession back. Neutral zone. Dumped into the Minnesota end. Not for long. Middleton clears. Minnesota's going to take it back now. Carried up through the neutral zone. Spurgeon with a good pass over. Middleton with a high shot. And Vladar, wow, has to grab that one very awkwardly. That shot was up by his throat. And boy, that was one. Used to see that a lot back in the old days, wasting one on the goaltender there, when guys would just fire a puck up at the goalie's head from way far out, not to score a goal, but to rattle the goalie. And that one, Middleton just had a lane to the net, just blasts one at Vladar and gets him high up in the collarbone area. That used to be a very common thing back in the 80s. So that was lifted up and out, cleared. Over the red line, dumped in now by the Flames. Ruzicka sends it. Flames heavy in on the forecheck. Here's Coleman. Middleton sends it up the boards to Spurgeon. Spurgeon can't get it out. Flames keep it in. Anderson sends it to the corner. Middleton first on it. And he's going to lift that one up and get it just through the Flames and out of the zone. But Backlund takes possession back. Can't do much with it. They'll head off for a line change. Into the offensive end comes Matt Boldy. Boldy now with under 8 minutes to go in the period. Played around down to the corner. Looks like a Calgary player caught a stick up high or the puck or something. Went down in a heap below the goal line, but play continues and the Flames exit the zone. Wild are going to have to try and carry it back in. Paton can't. Lucic knocks down Eriksson Ek. Foligno gets checked there by Weegar. And that's going to be an interference penalty against Weegar, as Foligno dumped the puck behind him and then Weegar just would not let Foligno go. So he's going to head to the penalty box, and it is going to be a power play now for Minnesota. This is going to be a huge opportunity with 7.5 minutes to go for Minnesota to try and tie this game at 3. Thunders, what's going on? Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. See, the call wasn't on the initial hit there by Weegar. The call was the fact that another 2 or 3 seconds went by and Weegar just would not let Foligno go. Just pinned him right up against the boards, even when he didn't have the puck. And that's what ended up being the penalty. As right off the face-off there, Vladar's going to make an early save. And the play gets whistled down 8 seconds into the power play. It'll be another ozone draw for Minnesota. Vladar able to make the blocker save on that one and then cover it up. Flames right off the draw, able to clear that one all the way down. Good job there on the kill for Calgary. Brought up now into the offensive zone. Taken by Zuccarello. Move to the middle, back to the point. Over now, there's a one-timer shot there. Vladar with a good save. And he covers that one up. 1.5 still to go on the power play. No, Vladar was the backup for Markstrom last year as well, Reaper. So he's not a rookie. He played in the NHL last season as well. And he was Markstrom's backup, but he's playing better than Markstrom this season and has kind of taken over the starting role for the last few weeks. Reeves has been very good with the Wild, Andrew. He's been much better with Minnesota this season than he was with the Rangers. So, seems like right now it's working out well for Minnesota, having, all they gave up with their 5th-round draft pick to get him. And he's got 3 points in 5 games since coming over and has actually been a good addition to that 4th line. Lori, what's going on? Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you stopping by the chat. We've got a minute to go on the Minnesota power play. Looking for the tying goal. Pucks along the boards. Taken here by Boldy. He's pressured by Coleman, but gets it back to Addison at the point. Back to Boldy. Cross-ice pass. Zuccarello with it. Long shot there. Traffic in front. Saved by Vladar, and he stops the rebound as well. And we'll get another whistle here. 46 seconds left on the man advantage and an offensive zone draw for Minnesota on the way. Vladar is playing very, very well in this game. outside of the first 2 goals that Minnesota scored in the first 2.5 minutes of the game, he's been absolutely excellent since then. Moved across now. Minnie keeps it in the offensive zone. Addison to Boldy. Trying to make a play. Sends it back to Addison. 30 seconds left on the power play. Moved into the middle. Zuccarello can't get it through. Pass Kaprizov and out of the zone. Cleared there by the Flames. All right, have a good night, Reaper. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Brought up now. Zuccarello back into the offensive end. That one off the end boards, just rolls in front of Vladar, who grabs it. That will get covered up here, and another offensive zone draw coming for Minnesota. Not this year, Andrew. Buffalo's not going to make the playoffs this year. They're in second to last place in the Atlantic Division. They're not going to make the playoffs this year. But what Buffalo does have is an extremely bright future full of very, very talented young players. So Buffalo will be making the playoffs within the next, I would say, 2 to 3 years, but it is not going to be this season. Taken back now, up the boards it goes. They're still too inconsistent of a team. Sometimes they look like a playoff team and they play absolutely out of their mind, but they're very inconsistent. They'll also go through stretches where they only win 1 or 2 games out of 10. Then they'll rip off 7 or 8 out of 10, and then they'll go back to losing, not 8 or 9 out of 10 again. So they're very inconsistent right now. There's a ton of young talent there. There's a very, very bright future there, but it's not going to be this season. Brought up now. Here's Backlund with a shot. That one's deflected away by Dumba. Minnesota's power play is over. Calgary's killed off another one. Flames are looking like a very borderline team right now, Arnie, but I think by the end of the year, I do think the Flames are going to work their way into a playoff spot, yes. Taken now by Shaw. Up the boards it goes. Taken down now. Because as disappointing of a year as it's been for the Flames so far, they could literally be in a playoff spot by the end of tonight. As this one's out high to the point. Shot through traffic. And the Wild score! The point shot goes in! It beats Vladar. It was John Merrill with the goal. And it's a 3-3 game now with 4:15 to go in the third period. And we'll see if it was deflected in front or not. It looked like it went off of Tanev. It went off of Chris Tanev there. And by Vladar, it's a Wild goal. It's a tie game. And that is one of those situations where just getting the puck to the net is a good thing. It's never a bad play to get the puck to the net. It bounces off of the shin guard of Tanev by Vladar, and this game is tied up at 3 with 4:10 now remaining in the third period. Working around now into the middle. Flames trying to answer, and they shoot. They score! Just like that! Rasmus Andersson on the backhand puts it home just a few seconds later, and the Flames get the lead right back. It's 4-3. And Calgary wastes absolutely no time answering that Minnesota goal, as Rasmus Andersson on the failed clearing attempt and turnover there by Gaudreau is able to put the backhand by Fleury. And the Flames go right back on top, up by a goal, 4-3 now. 4 minutes to go in the third period. And the Minnesota Wild are chasing this game once again. Worked out now to the neutral zone. Boldy can't get it into the offensive end. Here's Toffoli to Huberdeau. Huberdeau to the corner against Middleton to Toffoli. Trying to cycle it around in the attacking end. Minnesota's not going to score any goals from their own zone. They got to get this puck out. 3:30 now to go in the third period as Boldy dumps it in. Around now. Kept in by the Wild there. Trying to get it cycling in the offensive zone. That's cleared all the way down by the Flames. Dumba will carry it back up. Both teams get line changes. Here's Dumba. Matt Dumba throws that one in short side. It's covered by Vladar. 3:13 to go in the third period, and we're going to get a whistle here. Offensive zone face-off for the Wild. When we get back from this commercial, the Flames have taken the lead back. It's now a 4-3 game with 3:13 remaining in the final period. Whew. Minnesota's going to be pushing hard again for this tying goal if they can get it. So we head to a commercial break here, our final of this third period. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying the game and enjoying the stream. Really appreciate you being here. Please don't forget, it really does help the channel a ton if you can hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't yet. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted, and we're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Absolutely, Aries. Very much a playoff feel to this one here, especially in the third period. And, boy, this has been a fantastic game between these two teams. A lot of fun to watch. Seems like every time one team gets momentum going in their favor, the other team is able to turn it around and flip the script up for a little bit. So this has been a very, very fun game. And 3 minutes and 13 seconds is certainly enough time to score a goal. So this one is not over yet. Minnesota is still just one shot away from, at the very least, forcing overtime. This one is not over yet. Wild will have the offensive zone face-off as we come back from the commercial. They got Spurgeon and Goligoski out there as the defenseman. Looks like they also have an empty net. So Minnesota choosing to pull the goaltender on the early side here, with this face-off coming in the offensive zone. Empty net for the Wild. Fleury's gone to the bench with just over 3 minutes remaining. Here's Minnesota in the offensive zone. Boldy with the puck. Shoots one in. Pad save there by Vladar. Wild keep it in the attacking end. They've got the extra man out there. A pass across there. Zuccarello can't get it through. It's all the way down and cleared there by the Flames, but it misses wide of the empty goal. And it is going to be an icing call against Calgary. 2:53 now remaining in the third, and another offensive zone draw for the Wild. This one is going to come right down to the end here. Boy, oh boy, is this fun. Back now, working it around to the corner. Back out to the point. Wild keep it in the offensive end, but Dubé wants to not let that happen. That's knocked down, going for the empty net. Flames miss the empty goal again. And it's another icing call. It'll be another offensive zone face-off for Minnesota. Also, with the back-to-back icings, Calgary can't change lines here, so got to think they're going to want a line change when they can get it. Trying to win it back now off the draw. Uyghur sends it up. That one's deflected off glass. Wild heavy in on the forecheck. Trying to keep this one in the offensive zone. Worked out to the middle. Gets by Goligoski, and he'll have to chase back to his own end. Moved across now. Played to Goligoski. Wild back up ice. Through to the neutral zone. Waiting for something to open up. They need to get it back to the offensive end. Zuccarello dumps it deep. 2:07 now to go here in the third period. Minnesota's still trying to push for this tying goal. Working it around now. Along the boards. Played there. Kaprizov sends it deep. Taken by Zuccarello. Back to Kaprizov. 1:50 remaining in the period. See you later, Shear. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you took that over 6.5 on this game, because you would have got it, as it's cleared all the way down. Flames again. No icing on the play. Goligoski goes back to get it. Wild are down to 1.5 minutes to try and score. Empty net continues as it's played up through into the offensive end, but the puck goes off a steal. Tanev trying to clear it out. Wild steal it back. Good pressure here from Minnesota. Now the Flames work it up, and they're able to steal it out of their zone. Toffoli, and Toffoli from center ice puts it into the empty net, and that is going to do it for this one. As the insurance marker finally comes for Calgary. Minute 10 to go, and they are up by 2. It's a 5-3 game. That will be the final nail in the coffin. And it's Tyler Toffoli's 2nd of the night, and I believe his 10th of the season now. As the Flames go up by 2, they get the all-important insurance marker, and with 1:10 to go, they lead this one 5-3. Looks like that is going to put an end to the Wild comeback hopes. As it's down below the net, Fleury back in the goal now. Can't get it through cleanly. Now Middleton has it. Wild are up and out of their zone. Down to 55 seconds remaining here in the third period. Thank you, Dean. I really appreciate you being here. 52 seconds now to go here in the third. And Minnesota just iced the puck there, so it will be an ozone draw for the Flames. Have a great night, Dean. Good to see you, and hopefully we'll see you soon as Merrill sends that again over to Middleton. Up the boards it goes. Minnie's out of the zone over the red line. They'll dump it in. Below the goal line, there's Vladar. Dewar after him. Shaw. Can't keep it in the zone, and the Wild will try re-entry again as it's sent deep by Dewar. Reeves goes in on the forecheck. Up the boards it goes. 25 seconds to go here in the third. Moved across, kept in by Middleton. Trying to get a shot off. Not able to get it through. Kadri knocks it down. He'll start the breakout for the Flames. And Calgary sends it out to the neutral zone. Final 10 seconds as Dubé has it in the offensive end. He's just going to throw it to the middle for Hanifin. Hanifin throws it in front. Trying to find Backlund, but he can't get a shot off. And we get a whistle now. And the horn is going to sound. That does it. This one comes to a close. And it's a 5-3 win for the Calgary Flames, who trailed 2-0 after the first period, but got their game together and came back in this one to win it by a couple. And that is going to do it for us here tonight, as Calgary gets a big win. And depending on how the other games in the Western Conference go tonight, could be moving into a playoff spot with that win. If they win and Colorado loses, Calgary takes that spot. So we got a chance for the Flames to get themselves into playoff position here tonight. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Please don't forget, I'll be back tomorrow for the Winnipeg Jets against the St. Louis Blues. That should be a fun one in the Central Division, and I hope to see some of you guys there. So really appreciate you watching tonight. Before you go, it would really mean a lot if you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't. I cover the entire NHL, so fans of all teams are welcome and wanted here. We're just trying to build a hockey community where everybody can come together, enjoy hockey, and have some fun. Thank you guys again so much. Have a great night. Have a great day tomorrow. Hopefully I'll see you soon. And appreciate all the support from everybody. So good night, everyone, and see you next time.